Hey everyone, welcome to another video on my channel, and today in this video I am going to discuss the performance of my financial year 24-25. This particular year has been a complete roller coaster for me, and this is also my first loss making year in 7 years. So the last time I made a loss was sometime in 2017 or before that, and from 17 so it was consistently profit all through the year. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24, that is till March 24 we were profitable. Actually 2023-24 was the time where I made my highest profit, nearly 170%, and this year has been the biggest loss making year for me. So in this video I want to tell all my journey openly, how it has been, how the entire thing has changed, and how I am approaching the market currently. So in the December I put out a video where I had mentioned I had made a total loss of 70 lakh. So that video I will be attaching the link in the description, so you can go and check it out. So I won't be repeating the same thing over again. So the idea was, till December I was trying out multiple things. I hadn't made much money with options. I was down around 5% with options, and with futures I tried to do the same thing which I had done in 2023, but I ended up losing a lot of money. So I have journaled all my mistakes in the previous video, so I would request you to go and check it out. So we won't be repeating that again. So from then on, what we also started to do is adapt a systematic approach. So this systematic approach is not something that we suddenly thought, okay, from December overnight I'm going to change my style of trading, I'm going to do systematic trading. No. So this is something which we were actually working on ever since I think end of May or June of 2024. So for the first time when we actually got the spike during April 18th, and after that the spike occurrence started to increase, and while that started to happen we decided, okay, we have to start working on something more solid. And because at that time options game was more or less a game of luck, so you were just taking a trade and praying that spike doesn't come. So then what we did is, okay, we thought let us build some solid equity models, because a lot of mutual funds today are even delivering 20% plus just by trading equities or just by investing in equities. The idea was to make somewhere around 20% with equity and start looking at options little passively. So the main difference is, till today we were mostly looking at options as the primary income source. So I wanted to actively trade options and I wanted to make a lot of money, say 25-30% with options, and equities I didn't really bother. So I was like, okay, if I make 12% from equities I am good to go. So that was my approach. Slowly and steadily after May-June we started to work towards more concentration on equities. So we started working on developing models which were primarily equity focused, and then we wanted to slowly transition into primary equity and we wanted to make secondary income from options. So what do I mean by that? So we now want to focus somewhere where we can make around 20-25% from equities. We want to make somewhere close to around 15-20% from options. Altogether, again, we are having the aim of making somewhere around 30-35%, but the only difference is more focus is into equities and lesser focus is into options. So how has it changed things for us? It has changed things in quite a lot of ways. So firstly, my entire screen time has come down by almost around 80-85%. So I no longer sit in front of the screen. So mostly all my time goes into research. So we are not actively in front of the screen trading. Everything today in our office is automated. So from picking of stocks to execution of option trades, everything is automated. So not just that, so majority of the time, as I already mentioned, goes into research and refinement of the models. So we are actively working on that. So there are totally 4 to 5 members in our team who are actively coding and doing the research. So apart from that, if you take a look at our option trade from January till March, so with options we were actually able to make around 3.5%. But the best part is, in a week we have punched hardly close to 6 to 8 trades. In a month we haven't punched more than 30 to 40 trades. So before, in a single day I used to sit and punch nearly 40 to 50 trades. Now that has changed to a single month. So my brokerage charges have gone down significantly and I have been able to make some decent return with options. Even though it's around 3.5%, we want to do little more aggressively this coming quarter. But overall, it has been fairly doing well for us, considering my total number of orders in a month has gone down nearly close to around 70%. That way, slowly and steadily, now we are looking at a systematic approach of trading the markets, and this is the same thing we also have in our learning path. So where we want to understand traders mindset and how they perceive risk to reward, what kind of risk they are willing to take, and so on, and then we help to develop customized system to suit their needs. So we had our first batch in March and it went very well. So we only take 5 traders per batch because we want to keep it very, very personalized. So in case if you are interested in that, you can go to QuickAlpha.in and check it out. So these are going to be very personalized sessions. So I don't want to keep it like a training session, absolutely not. So I'm not going to teach you any strategy. So we are going to try to understand your need and build systematic ways to approach that. So in case if you're interested, you can go check it out and use the code QA20 to get 20% off. So now when you take a look at the screen, so this has mostly been our performance from Jan. So you can see totally there has been around 60 to 61 trading days from January. And if you look at it, so we are running 2 systems. So the system 1, what you see in blue, so the blue line right over here, that is our system 1. So the system 1 is highly concentrated equity. We just have 5 stocks in a portfolio, so we don't have more than 5 stocks, only 5 stocks. Each stock has a weightage of 20% in the portfolio. And the system 2 is what you see is actually a mix of multiple stocks plus also option trading. So this is the system 2. So if you take a look at from January, and this Nifty 500 Momentum 50 is the benchmark index which we track, right? So we pick stocks from this index and this is what we track. And when you take a look at it, so slowly and steadily you can see in January our performance was more or less in line with market, but February onwards, slowly and steadily we started to outperform the markets. So in the course of 3 months itself, we have actually done a significant outperformance compared to the Nifty 50 Momentum 50. So when you take a look at it, so our portfolio from the month of January is down by 9%, the first system, so hardly around 8%. The second system where we run options and everything together is almost down by 15%, and the benchmark itself is down nearly close to around 18%. So when you take a look at it, so compared to our first system which we run and the benchmark, so we are almost up by 10% compared to the benchmark. So this is something which we are continuing to run, and I will show you the current portfolio what we have in this. So as you can see here, currently in the portfolio we have 5 stocks. So that is Navin Fluorine, Shree Cements, Bajaj Finance, SRF and Avanti Feeds. So these stocks are going to again get reshuffled maybe in the 15th or 17th of month. So somewhere during the mid of the month, the entire portfolio is going to get reshuffled. But these are the current stocks what we are holding, and this is what has helped us outperform in this market as well. So overall, now it's mostly systematic approach, and every month I'll be coming and giving you an update on the performance. So how the system performed this particular month, how it went with options and equities. So I'll also be sharing the stock list, so which stock we hold in that particular month for that particular time. So these stocks, mostly what you have to remember is going to get rebalanced maybe somewhere during the middle of the month, and these stocks is something which we are already holding for 15 days plus. So we are going to reshuffle again maybe somewhere during April 15th or 16th. So that is the update on the overall performance and what we have changed. So overall when you look at it, definitely, so from January also we are down, but we are way less down compared to the markets, and we are gradually and slowly outperforming the markets. So that is what we want end of the day. So I want you to come along with me in this journey. Maybe over the course of 1.5 years, we can really see the difference in the system's performance. So I will also be attaching the verified P&L link down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. So I showed you 2 systems. So the first system we are running it on a 25 lakh account, and the second system we are running it on a 1.25 CR account. So I'll be attaching entire thing down in the description. Make sure you check that out. So the verified P&L link of both these accounts and also the accounts where we initially traded futures. So entire thing will be attached. So overall, before I conclude this video, so I would like to tell you this has been a financial year where I am worst hit. So this has been one of the worst financial years for me, and it was hit double due to the leverage trading which I did with futures. Along with that, there were also accounts where I actually took capital at fixed rates and I traded on it. So since I was unable to make profit, I had to repay the entire capital with interest. So this became another big burden for me. And overall, if you take a look at it, I got a significant hit on my entire capital, not just with the loss what I had. So because I had to also pay interest on a big sum of money, and I had to also repay the lost difference amount. So all this added up and it literally piled up to be a huge amount which I had to pay from my hand. So the reason why I am telling this is, so a lot of people would suggest you not to go with leverage trading, not to borrow money and trade. So when things are going good, so it is not the first time I am borrowing money and trading, right? So when things go well, they go really well. So when things don't go well, they hurt you really badly. And that's the reason it is very important. So you won't realize it till you actually have to pay from your pocket. And this time I had to do it. And finally I realized why leverage is not always a good thing. So I have learned a lot of lessons this financial year, and I have changed a lot of things in the way I trade this financial year again. So now I feel more confident approaching the new financial year. There is no element of let's say discretion. Everything is data driven, everything is based out of data, and that's what we are doing, and that's what we will continue to do going forward. So let's see how this financial year turns out. So yeah, I would like to wish you all the best for your upcoming year, and yeah, let's see how things go. And before closing off, I would also like to thank the sponsor for this video, which is Delta Exchnage. And we are making a lot of videos on how to backtest your trading strategies on Delta options and futures, because they are absolutely free to try out. You can also open the account using the link in the description below, and once we are out with algos for Delta, so we'll be providing it free of cost, so you can also do it. So currently we are developing few free algo systems. Once we are done with that, we'll also be providing to you free of charge. Make sure you check it out, and you can also end up opening an account. So with that, we also come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining, guys, and see you soon.